Hello students, in this video we are going to discuss about the chemical properties of water. Here we need to discuss the four important chemical properties of water, that is amphoteric nature, redox reactions, hydrolysis reaction, hydrates formation. First is the amphoteric nature. Amphoteric nature means the ability to act as acid as well as base. That means if a substance have the ability to act as acid as well as it can act as a base. So such property or such ability of a substance is called as amphoteric nature. So the water have the ability to act as both acid as well as the base. When we take the reaction, that is the reaction number first that is given here. Here, when water is reacting with the ammonia, at the time the role of water here, it act as an acid, because when you look at the equation here, water is donating the proton to ammonia because ammonia is acting as a base here. So water is giving proton, so it results in the formation of OH negative ion, and ammonia is accepting the proton, so it results in the formation of NH4 plus. So here in this equation, ammonia is a base and water is acting as an acid. So in this reaction, the water is act as an acid here, that is a Bronsted acid. But in the second equation, it can found that here H2S act as an acid and H2O is acting as a base, because here in this reaction we can see that H2S is donating the proton and H2O is accepting the proton, because when H2S is donating the proton, it gives rise to HS negative, and H2O is accepting the proton, that's why it is giving rise to H3O plus. So in this equation, water is acting as a base because it accepts the proton, therefore it acts as a base. So these two equations shows that water can act as a acid as well as it can act as a base. So these equations are showing the amphoteric nature of water. It can also be explained through protolysis, that is self-ionization, or which is also called as autoprotolysis. It's very important definition. Usually the question will be asked on this: what is autoprotolysis of water or the self-ionization of water? So it is an important one. Definition is also important and equation is also important. So what is autoprotolysis? Autoprotolysis means it is self donating the proton and accepting the proton here. That is, it is self-ionization. In this equation, two water molecule is taken. So one water molecule is acting as an acid because it donates the proton to the other water molecule. So it results in the formation of OH negative, that is a conjugate base. And the other one, that is this water is acting as a base because it accepts the proton and it forms H3O plus. So what is clear from this equation here? Self-ionization is taking place. That means autoprotolysis. Auto means self. Here the same water molecule, we can say that the two water molecules from this one act as an acid, other water molecule act as a base. So this reaction is quite important for the exam. Usually the definition will be asked, what is autoprotolysis or self-ionization. So the equation is important thus. The next property is the redox reactions involving the water. There are many reactions in which the water is involving in that reactions. So most familiar example, that is photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is a reaction between carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll give rise to glucose, water plus oxygen. So this is actually a redox reaction in which oxygen is formed, that is during this process oxygen is formed. Here water is oxidized to oxygen because this water is oxidized to oxygen because there is a removal of hydrogen from here to here. You can check that there is a removal of hydrogen, that means oxidation is taking place. So here what is actually undergoing here, the water is oxidized to oxygen, and this process is called as photosynthesis process. And one more equation we have here, that is water can reduce into hydrogen. This reaction you can see it is also a redox reaction. Here there is a removal of oxygen from left to right hand side. You can check here. Here H2O and here only H2. That means removal of oxygen. That means this reaction is reduction. So in this water is reduced to dihydrogen. That is by reaction with highly electropositive elements like sodium. It results in the formation of sodium hydroxide. So these two reactions shows that in this redox reaction the water is involving here. In one of the reaction water is reduced to hydrogen, and in other case water is oxidized to dioxygen. So these two reactions are showing the involvement of water in the redox reaction. And one more equation which is given here, it is also a redox reaction. So here we have discussed the redox reactions involving the water. Next is hydrolysis reaction. Due to high dielectric constant, it has very strong hydrating tendency. Therefore, it dissolves many ionic compounds and it can form a product, that is when the hydrolysis of non-metal oxide takes place, it results in the formation of acid, that you can see here. It is a non-metal oxide. Hydrolysis of non-metal oxide give rise to acid, and the hydrolysis of metal oxides give rise to base, that you have learned already in the lower classes, that is metal oxides. Metal oxides on reaction with water is giving rise to base, but the non-metal oxide when the reaction with the water it gives rise to acid. So this is a hydrolysis reaction here, that is explained here. When SiCl4 with water it gives rise to SiO2 HCl. So these two equations are given. Next is the hydrate formation. From aqueous solution, many salts can be crystallized as hydrated salts. Here some examples are given, like coordinated water example is given. These type of examples in which square brackets are seen, that type of compounds are called as complexes. So it is an example of complexes. Complexes can be easily identified when in the formula there is a square bracket, that is complexes. Here in the complexes, water molecule is attached to the central metal ion, that is Cr here, through a coordinate bond. That's why that type of hydrates are called as coordinated hydrates. That is seen in this example. The complexes we will be discussing in detail in the next year. Next year there is one complete chapter related to complexes. So here water molecule is bonded to the central metal ion through coordinate bond. That's why these type of hydrates are called as coordinated hydrates. Next, interstitial water, that is also called as interstitial hydrates. Interstitial hydrates means when the water is taking the position in the interstitial side in the crystal lattice. So that type of hydrates are called as interstitial hydrates. Example, BaCl2 twice H2. Here the water molecule is taking the position in the vacant space, or we can call it as interstitial sites in the crystal of barium chloride. That type of hydrates are called as interstitial hydrates because here water molecule is taking the vacant space in the crystal or the interstitial site in the crystal. Therefore, it is called as it is called as interstitial hydrate. Next is hydrogen bonded hydrates. In some cases, water molecule get bonded through hydrogen bond. For example, CuSO4 5H2O. In this molecule, that is the hydrated copper sulfate. This is called as hydrated copper sulfate. If I am writing only CuSO4, that is called as anhydrous copper sulfate. But if I am writing CuSO4 5H2O, what it means? It means hydrated copper sulfate. That means here with copper sulfate there is 5H2O also. From this 5H2O, 4H2O are coordinated to the copper ion and one is hydrogen bonded, that is seen here. So that is the example for hydrogen bonded hydrates. So three types of hydrates we have learnt here, that is coordinated hydrate where the water molecule get bonded through coordinate bond, interstitial hydrate where water molecule is taking the interstitial site, that is a vacant space in the crystal of any molecule, and hydrogen bonded hydrate where the water molecule get bonded through hydrogen bond. So three types of hydrates we have learned. This is also important because the question will be asked to write a short note on the different type of hydrates. So here we have discussed some of the important properties, that is the chemical properties of water in this video. So all these images are taken from the textbook. So better to note down the reactions and the statement with the help of textbook. So this is all about this video. Have a nice day.